Hey guys, how's it going? I hope everyone is doing well. Whenever you tune in, see this day or night. So we are going to be doing a reading for Sagittarius and for Capricorn. So they are both going to be general readings, so they can cover anything like love, work, friends, family, health, all forms of abundance, okay? All the good stuff and the bad stuff too. It's all in there, right? And I will always tell you how it is. I will not, lie to you, all right? So that is always good to know. I'll try to tell you gently, right? Okay. So what else? Everybody is welcome, whether you're a sun sign, Sagittarius, rising sign, Sagittarius, you have your Sagittarius moon, right? Or if you have Sagittarius somewhere else in your chart. And like I said, everyone is welcome since we all have all 12 zodiac signs in our charts anyway, right? Our individual birth charts. So everybody's welcome, cross watchers, whoever, right? Okay. So when I say we, I mean Spirit and I, we pulled your cards already ahead of time here, Sagittarius. So we'll get into your reading in just a moment. And then after that, of course, we'll also be doing Capricorn. So if you want to stick around for that reading too, you will be able to see me shuffling and all that good stuff too. So I will be posting timestamps as well after the live for people who just want to watch one or the other. Okay, so what else? Yes, I will be taking a photo of each of the readings. I'll be posting it after the live as well, in case you want to see everything more up close in detail at a later point. So if you want to check that out, all you have to do is go in the description box below and follow the instructions there about how to get the photo. So I think that's pretty much it. What else? Oh yes, one more thing. So all the readings that I do are also timeless. So people who've been here before kind of know the drill, but I have to say it just in case we have some new people. So what does that mean? That means that the reading may resonate before or after or during the original time frame. So these readings are for July 23rd through August 23rd. So it could resonate exactly during those times, or it could be more in the past or more in the future. It really depends on everyone. So hopefully there is a message somewhere for you here. And if it doesn't resonate, that's okay too. Never force it. So that's why I always tell people to check out their other parts of their chart and look at those readings as well. So again, check out your sun, moon, rising, and your Venus, where your Venus is for matters of love and higher forms of asset and income. Check out where your Jupiter is, where you can find your luck, and again, how you can make money, that kind of thing. So there's more to it than that, of course, but that's kind of where we'll leave it. So let's go ahead and talk about the placements in just a moment of what each card represents, the time frame, and the kind of general layout. But before we do that, let's just clear our minds, kind of get into the Sagittarius energy and ground ourselves and just kind of have some general healing and all that good stuff too. Okay, so if you want to, you can just take a deep breath or listen or just whatever. You don't have to listen to if you don't want to. So yeah, let's go ahead and get back into the energy of Sagittarius. Okay. That was super loud. I shouldn't have hit it as loud as I did, but that's okay. Maybe it was supposed to be that way, as they say. All right. So I'll go ahead and put this over here. And yeah, we'll go ahead and get started. Oops. Hermes, you want to say hi real quickly to everybody? Okay, this is Hermes, everybody. He just likes to help out with the reading sometimes, right? As long as you're not barking, that's fine. Okay, yeah, which card would you talk about first, Hermes? Huh? You want to pick up the cards? All right, get out of here. What? Okay, big. No, I'm doing a reading right now. Thank you. Go back to your post, okay? Go back to your post. Good boy. All right. Of course, he had to come out and show himself for a second. All right, Sagittarius. Well, let's get into your reading here. So we are covering, right, a 4.5 to 5 week time period or so. All right, so again, from July 23rd to August 23rd. So we'll talk about real quickly what each of these 4 cards, the time frame it may represent, but it's just an example, right? It's just a guideline, so it won't be necessarily set in stone. So the first card could be from around July 23rd to about July 31st, the end of July, end of the month that we're in now. Second card could be from around August 1st through August 9th or so. The third card could be from around August 10th through August 17th. And the fourth card could be around August 18th through August 23rd, 24th, around there, okay? So we are using 2 different tarot decks. So we'll talk about what's on the top and the bottom of each tarot deck, and along with where Spirit wants those cards to be talked about with the ones up top. And then we also, instead of an oracle card, I have these little rune stones that I've been using for this set of readings. So we'll do that one at the very end. Okay. So Sagittarius, let's see what we have here for you. Before we get too deep into the reading, I do like to call out the other zodiac signs that I see here for some people if they're interested in that. So we have some Pisces energy. We have definitely could be Taurus energy for sure. Yes, we've got Pisces, Taurus. And then we also have, because we have 3 major arcanas here, but one of them, wait, that's wrong. I'm sorry. We have 2 major arcanas here, but one of them has 4 zodiac energies. So with the Wheel of Fortune, we have Taurus energy again. We have Scorpio energy. We have Leo, and we have Aquarius. So what does all this mean? Let me make sure this is not super loud. So it means that you could be dealing with a Pisces, you could be dealing with a Taurus, you could be dealing with a Scorpio, be dealing with a Leo, or you could be dealing with an Aquarius. Or if it's not that, you could have a lot of those placements heavy in your birth chart, or the other person or multiple people's birth chart, or it could have something to do with the time frame as far as the astrology. So it could be referring to Taurus season, Pisces season, Scorpio season. It could be the ones upcoming this year, or the one Taurus, right, we already had. But it could be lots of different things, or it doesn't necessarily have to resonate at all as far as the zodiac. Clear. As far as the zodiac kind of energies or vibrations that we're talking about, okay? So anyway, let's now go ahead and call out your cards here, Sagittarius. So we have the Rebirth card here, which was actually in the last reading, but it was in a different placement, different position, all these things, okay? And then we have the Princess of Swords in the reverse position as your second card. Your third card is the Hanged Man in the right side up position. And your fourth card is the King of Pentacles in the right side up position. All right, now as far as we talk about the minor arcanas, we kind of want to see as basically another additional message or underlying message of your reading here. So we'll go ahead and see which one is the most prevalent, right? So we've got 2 cups cards. We have 1 pentacle, so it's not a pentacle. We have 2 swords and 2 cups. And then we have 1 wand, and the rest are major arcanas, okay? So it could be basically a tie between the cups and the swords. So what does that mean? Cups represent our emotions. So if you see me before, you kind of know, right? But it's like, what makes me emotionally fulfilled, satisfied? What are my emotional priorities, boundaries, that kind of thing? Vice versa with the other person or multiple people, general environment situation, okay? But also, are my emotions being valued? Am I valuing other people's emotions, etc.? Right? And then when we talk about swords in the tarot, we're talking about our logical mind, our crown chakra, right? So it's also about our mental health, of course. So it could be saying good stuff about your mental health or bad stuff, right? Or not even bad stuff per se, but like gentle reminders or challenges or suggestions, that kind of thing. Okay, but it could be about, again, you or another person, multiple people, general environment, situation. Okay. But also, last thing I'll say about the swords, real quickly, and then we'll again talk about, not again, but we'll start talking about each individual card, what it represents. But the swords in the tarot can be both a tool and a weapon, right? So you can use a sword to cut back branches that are in your path, right, to clear your pathway, or you can use a sword as a weapon to defend yourself from somebody who's trying to physically hurt you, right? So that's kind of like just an example of the duality too, of like what you can do with your mind when we talked about mental health and the sword. So can I use it to my advantage to clear my path, to make more abundance, have better health, get more love, more money, etc.? Or do I want to use it as a tool in that way? Yes, but also mental health, right? When we're talking about defending yourself as a sort of defense, right? It could be, where am I setting my mental boundaries with other people or even my own self, right? When do I have to stop using the logical mind, the crown chakra? When am I going too far into overthinking, anxiety, worry, that kind of thing? So yeah, there's just kind of like an underlying thing here that could be part of the reading as well. But like I said, it's kind of both cups and the swords. Okay, but let's go ahead and get into your reading here, Sagittarius, because it's a pretty nice reading, I would have to say, and I'm excited to show you the little sorry, I'm excited to show you your stone, your ruin that I picked out for you as well, because as soon as it came out, it was so funny to me that when you see it at the end of the reading, hopefully you'll get it, because it's basically one of your archetypes or your symbols, Sagittarius. So it was pretty funny. So or timely, or not timely, but it was on point. Is basically what I'm trying to say. All right, Spirit was like, give you that, and I was like, okay, I can't question that, basically. All right. With all that being said, let's get up in here to this rebirth card as your first card here, Sagittarius. And this could be right from where we are right now, depending on when you're watching this, July 23rd through July 31st or so, to the end of the month that we're in now of July. But we have this rebirth card, okay? And basically, we have this little kid here who looks like he's from the Sun card in the tarot, right? But he's coming out of this kind of stone structure here. It could be a temple or something, because then we've got another guy on the side of him that's blowing a horn, right? This kind of Celtic deck that I'm using here, the Druid Celtic deck, I think is literally what it's called, right? And then we have the rabbit or the hare down in front. So this could be talking about, of course, like the spring equinox or springtime in general, right? So springtime means rebirth, renewal, fresh start energy, to creativity, passion, youthful spirit energy. So kind of seeing the world or seeing something from a childlike point of view. So this is really beautiful here, Sagittarius. And again, that's a great place to start your reading off with. I also wanted to say that when we talk about your first card in particular, it could be picking up energy from the recent past, whatever that means for you. So it could be a couple of days ago, hours, weeks, months, years, etc. But it's good energy nonetheless, okay? Now, we also want to kind of talk about, or Spirit wanted me to talk about, why this rebirth card showed up, right? What made it possible, or who sponsored it, is what I've been saying now, my new thing for talking about the top and the bottom of each deck. These are the sponsors. These guys made this possible, okay? This is past energy. This is future, current possibilities energy. All right, so what we had on the top of the deck was that Wheel of Fortune in the right side up position. So again, Scorpio, Leo, Taurus, Aquarius energy, and the Wheel of Fortune. And then we have the Ace of Wands, also known as Ace of Staves, in the right side up position here. All right, so these are two really beautiful energies in the past here, Sagittarius, that are giving you, or gave you before, right? Since we're talking about past energy, or maybe it hasn't happened yet for some people, but it's both of these cards are green light cards, right? So that would be the luck is on your side. We see Jupiter here in the background of the Wheel of Fortune. So Jupiter expands everything that it touches, right? And the wheel turns, right? The Wheel of Fortune. So that would be that in the past, in some way, here, Sagittarius, luck was on your side, and it was supporting the Ace of Wands. So it was supporting the endings, the new beginnings, the fresh start energy, the passion, the creativity, the birthing of a new project or new phase in your life or someone else's life or multiple people's lives. Okay. And then, of course, if you just put just these two by themselves, right? The Ace of Staves, Ace of Wands with that rebirth card, they're both like new beginnings, seeing the world from a child's eyes, okay? Having that fresh start, okay? And of course, when we talk about the wands, right? And particularly the Ace of Wands is like, it is a phallic symbol, right? So I always say for some people who are women of a certain age, right? If you don't want to necessarily have kids, just be careful because you're super fertile at this time, okay? Of course, also the rabbit, right? You know that that rabbits multiply very quickly. Okay, so anyway, we just kind of wanted to talk about like how this beautiful energy showed up here for you, Sagittarius. So this is really nice. Enjoy that time period, right? Now moving forward, you really only have one small energetic blockage or gentle reminder or challenge, as I like to say, and that shows up in your second card, which could be from around the beginning of August through August 9th or so, right? But we have the Princess of Swords in the reverse position here, okay? And this is going to be really interesting because the two cards from the other tarot deck that want to give us more, or actually they're from this tarot deck, sorry, but the two cards that want to give us more insight about why the Princess of Swords is in the reverse position here are both really good, positive cards. So it will be different for everybody. But let's talk about what the Princess of Swords means first, okay? So normally when the Princess of Swords is right side up, you've got this young, youthful energy. She eventually wants to become a queen, okay? She's starting to learn how to see things from a higher perspective, just like a king and queen would, and the bird that's flying above her, okay? She is all about forward momentum, abundance, growth, right? Whatever she wants to manifest in her life, we're talking about it as it would be if this card was right side up, okay? But it's reversed. So this would be mental clarity. This would be mental confusion in some way, as far as, again, we were talking about earlier, anxiety, worry, overthinking, being too much up in your head, or the other person is, or multiple people are, the general environment situation is. But it could also just be that somebody is having some type of mental confusion, or also they are maybe a little hesitant to level up in some area of your life. When the Princess of Swords, if she was right side up, she's about to become a queen. So, right? So leveling up in some area of life, getting more wealth, getting better health, getting love, all those things, right? So it could be because it's in the reverse position here, Sagittarius, that somebody is a little hesitant or worried about what those new responsibilities would be if she was to become a queen, right? Of course, if you get a job promotion and you make more money, the money is great, right? But then you might have more hours or more whatever, right? So, or same thing with love or health. Like it could be you're starting to feel better or have different exercises, diet, this and that, whatever, to help you to have better health and have more energy, vitality, right? But maybe it's more time consuming, or makes you have to give up something else, or your partner or your family is like, why do you have to spend so much time doing this? Whatever it is, right? Apply it to creative projects, business, what have you, okay? There is like a little bit of this anxiety, worry, overthinking, or being nervous about those leveling ups that could happen, But when we talk about the two sponsors, the two cards from the past that made this Princess of Swords possible, remember how I was saying they're both really positive, is that in the past here, we have the Ace of Cups in the right side up position on the top of your deck. And then we have on the bottom of your deck, the Two of Cups in the right side up position. So lots of cups, right? So lots of emotions, right? And so in the past, in some way here, Sagittarius, there could have been something around a new beginning emotionally, getting a fresh start emotionally. And then when you put it with the Two of Cups, it was like some type of relationship, whether it's romantic, platonic with friends or family, or even self relationship, self love, right? All forms of relationships and love, that there was an equal give and take. There was the same effort or reciprocity put in, right? But it's also the Two of Cups is usually a higher vibrational type of love where they bring out the best in each other. And it doesn't necessarily have to be about two people together. It can be two energies, two corporations, two parties, whatever it is, right? But it's weird because when you put it with the Princess of Swords in reverse, it's like maybe somebody is nervous or hesitant or scared or what have you, like I said before, about this princess now turning into a queen. So maybe it relates to a relationship that's going to level up in some way. Okay, so for romantic, as an example, maybe you're just dating this person and now you move in together, or you've been living together and now you, I don't know, get married, or you do some type of commitment ceremony or whatever it is, right? So it's going from one step to another, higher up, so leveling up, okay? So it's just making either you here, Sagittarius, a little bit nervous and having more anxiety, worry around that, or the other person, or both people, vice versa, okay? But not to worry, because like I said, these things never last too long. Energy always ebbs and flows and changes, okay? Because your third card here is the Hanged Man in the right side up position. So this we're talking about could be from around August 10th through August 17th. So like the middle of August, right? We have the Hanged Man in the right side up position. So this deck is kind of funny the way that this hangman looks. If you can see, he's tied up and bound, but he's like done it to himself. He's like kind of forcing himself to surrender. Okay. If he wanted to lay upside down, okay, against the tree, we wouldn't necessarily have to tie himself up, right? But he could only stay there for a certain amount of time, regardless. If he's upside down, all the blood's going to go to his head. Okay. I think it's funny because he has lettuce in his mouth. Like, are you making yourself a meal? Like, I don't know. It's kind of funny. But in the background, you see the cornfields and you see, what is that thing called? Is it a sheaf? A sigil? Not a sigil. Anyway, this little tool that cuts the wheat back, or the corn or what have you. I think it's wheat actually. But it's like, okay, how can I see something from a new perspective and surrender? Okay, how can I change the way that I'm seeing something, or the way that someone else is seeing something as well, so we can see all the pieces. So we can, right? Let me go back to your last card. Switch that Princess of Swords in reverse to now the Princess of Swords right side up, and see things from a higher perspective, different angle, the bird, right? So the bird can see, or like when you're flying a plane, you can see all the little towns, okay? But if he was like this, like a regular human walking around, right, he would only see the smaller details. So it's about opening up to surrender to see all of the details, the different angles and perspectives of something. So this is really beneficial here for you, Sagittarius, and this is, movement regardless, right? To go from a little bit of an energetic blockage with the Princess of Swords in reverse to then the Hangman. It is definitely growth, okay? So the one thing I would say about the Hangman is, again, if you're going to do that, which is good, right? We should always see things from a new perspective or a different angle or different philosophy, viewpoint, etc. Don't stay there for too long. Remember to return back to yourself, right? Get your feet on the ground, ground yourself, So then you can process everything, because everybody, if it's different people's opinions, everyone's going to have an opinion, and you should definitely hear them out and take those things into account. But then at the end of the day, you have to get back to yourself too, and not get, too, what's the word I'm trying to think of? Not get too um, lost in surrendering that you excuse me, that you lose yourself, or you um, not to get too lost in surrendering because you want to, think clearly, right? So it can be a little bit of opening the heart chakra too for some, because not just this card on its own, but because of what the other cards were as well, right? So going back to the Ace of Cups, the Two of Cups, of working on the emotions in some type of relationship or multiple different types of relationships. So opening the heart chakra here too. All right, let's keep going forward though. So then Sagittarius, when we come to your fourth card here, which could be from around, what did I say, August 18th through August 23rd, 24th or so, we have that Taurus energy, the King of Pentacles in the right side up position. Okay, so this is a really beautiful card, okay, of abundance, support, growth, forward momentum, all those things. Okay, he's sitting on his throne, this really mature looking Celtic king, and we see a bird in the background kind of chilling. And then we also see the Taurus wild boar or bull kind of in the background. Okay. And we see, I think there's also like not an antelope, what is it called? Some kind of goat thing. I don't know. It's at the bottom. I don't know if you guys can see it with the glare there. But basically, he's sitting there. He's secure, right? That grounding earth energy, Taurus energy. So it's like, okay, you took, or the other person took, or multiple people took the time to have a different perspective. And then they got back to grounding themselves, or you got back to grounding yourself here, Sagittarius. So you could be more abundant, right? So pentacles obviously represent coins and money, but it isn't, abundance isn't just money. It is whatever you want to manifest in your life or in their life. Okay. So that could be lots of different things, but has his support system behind him, right? So that would be his throne that he's leaning on, literally the back of his chair, right? So his friends, his family, his romantic partners, his mental health care worker, if they had something like that back then. I'm sure they did, but I don't know the name of it, right? The medicine man or woman, right, has his back as well. Okay, so that way he can delegate tasks to others. He has lots of responsibility. People come to him for answers, look up to him, but he has the responsibility of the kingdom as well. So he can't do everything on his own, almost like we say for any king or person in a position of power or authority, much like a president, let's say, or someone in politics, is that they didn't get there on their own. There's a big team behind them supporting them. Okay. So this is really nice here too, Sagittarius. I love to see it. All right. So real quickly, let's talk about your confirmation card over here as well. Okay. So this one tarot card is confirming all of these four top cards. So all of the 4.5 to 5 week time period, whatever it is exactly. Okay. But we have the Eight of Swords in the reverse position. And this is really beautiful because this is how you want to see this card, Sagittarius. Okay. So this means that you or someone around you or that you're dealing with, general environment situation, has let go of the anxiety, worry, overthinking, right? So just to show you for reference, if this card was right side up, you see this Japanese woman and she's fanning herself. She's like stressed out. She's looking at the water. The water represents the emotions. She knows that the emotions are perhaps overwhelming her, leading to the anxiety, worry, overthinking, right? Too much up in the head. But she's working on it. She's like, okay, I know that I'm freaking out. So how do I calm down? When it shows up in the reverse position, this person, this energy, this place, whatever you want to call it, has now started to calm down and to work through the emotions, but not let it overwhelm them. And to also have good mental health hygiene or whatever you want to call it, right? So taking care of balancing the mind, body, spirit connection, everything kind of in its place. So that's beautiful to see here, Sagittarius, and it definitely, supports all these, positive things that showed up here in your reading. So as long as you can continue to do that, or the other person, multiple people, general environment can continue to work through things and again have it in its own time and place and the correct proportion, right? To have things in a more balanced place, then hopefully that will continue on your path, right? You will continue on your path towards more abundance, more money, more health, wealth, all those things, whatever it is, okay? So, real quickly, Sagittarius, before we turn it over and shuffle the cards for Capricorn, I wanted to show you the stone, the rune stone that came out for you. It's really funny. Or it is to me anyway. But these are called the crone stones. So I'll try to remember to put it in the description box below. But my mom, I think, got these for me a long time ago. It says 1993. So there you go. But look at this one. Hold on, wait for the light to. It's like a little centaur, right, Sagittarius? It looks like you. So I thought that was really funny when it came out. Okay, so I'm going to read really quickly a brief section of what this means from these rune stones. And these stones, the fact that I put them together with the Druid Celtic stuff definitely makes sense because a lot of this mythology or imagery seems to be Celtic as well. Okay, so let me see if I can come closer and hold the stone while I read a little bit here. Okay. There you are, Sagittarius. It's a little centaur. Okay. There you go. So they call it the creatix. All right. It says the creatix represents an offering to the subconscious, telling your soul and mind the creation or idea you have wished for. Now they want to bring it into existence. So here it says, our glorious Empania stands holding a cup, the same life-giving cup the same life-giving cup. It is similar to, let's say, the vessel of life or the grail, the holy grail. So if there's like a little cup that the horse woman is holding, you guys can see that. This lighting is too bright. There we go. A little tiny cup. Okay. Anyway, so Empania is the Celtic goddess of earth, the proverbial fertility goddess. The centrix is united with all in the animal world. Celtic mythology portrays its most powerful women by comparing them to the vitality of a horse. All right, interesting. All right, we got the centaur horse here. Okay, so I'm going to skip over a bunch of this and get back to the main thing here. But it says basically, our mother goose is a dim recollection of Lady Godiva. Once you have drunk from the cup, your birthright to the divine is assured. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Early chieftains wanted their divine rule to be legitimate, blah, 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 blah. Okay, Stone maintains that now you drink from the sacred cup and bring the concept of the goddess into the material plane from out of the world of the subconscious. So these are some questions it brings up. How will you steer the course? How is it that your question or the place that you find yourself now is relevant to something sacred, something truly meaningful? Inspiration now gives way to perspiration. To receive the centrix may mean to not only give birth to the young, an animal form, but also to act as an agent for the development of the universe. When you receive the centrix, you have chosen the strength stone. Survival and endurance are now combined so that you may achieve your goal. Trust that you have what it takes. Okay. So that's pretty cool. Remembering some of this stuff from a while back, since it's been a minute since I've used these little stones. But yes, Sagittarius, that is your reading. hopefully, let me know how things play out, but it looks pretty good. So we're going to now go ahead and shift over to Capricorn. So let's do some shuffling and clearing up the energy here and move on over. And I thought I had music, but I guess it was a commercial on the phone or something. So I'll turn it back up just a little bit for the dogs so they don't act stupid. All right. Well, that's not the shuffling. That was just throwing them in there. They will be shuffled a lot more than that. Okay. Let me see here. A little music. Just kind of like ambient music in the background here. Okay. So we're going to do Capricorn. We're going to put our stone back. I'm going to stone to Capricorn too. All right. So we're going to do a quick little sound bell too to, let go of the Sagittarius energy and that reading and go ahead and move on to the Capricorn reading. Okay. So I'll try not to hit it as hard this time, so hopefully it won't be as loud. But basically, we're just going to take a deep breath and get into the energy. All right. Like somehow always little dog hairs get up here. Okay. Capricorn. All right. Let's start with these guys. All right. Messages for Earth sign Capricorn. The ram. Or not the ram. I'm sorry. The goat. Excuse me. That's Aries. We're talking about Capricorn, the goat. Trying to get these cards. They're so big. Okay. Spirits, messages for Capricorn for July 23rd through August 23rd. Spirits. Oh, okay. Messages for Capricorn. And of course, this is going to be a general reading, just like the last one for Saggy. So it can cover anything like love, work, friends, family, health, money, abundance, everything, etc. Whatever's going on in your world, right? Sagittarius, nope. Capricorn. Messages for Capricorn for July 23rd through August 23rd. Almost messed myself up there, but I caught myself. Okay. Maybe one more shuffle, and then I'll make my big fish pile, and we'll pull some cards. All right. Spirits guide my hands. Messages for Capricorn. What do they need to see? What do they need to know? Messages for Capricorn. Earth sign Capricorn. Goat. What do they need to see? What do they need to know? This commercial is driving me crazy. I'm sorry. Messages for Earth sign Capricorn, the goat, for July 23rd through August 23rd. Capricorn. Messages for Capricorn. Messages for Capricorn. Spirits guide my hands. Messages for Earth sign Capricorn. What do they need to see? What do they need to know? Okay, I'm going to get one more. Spirits guide my hands. Messages for Earth sign Capricorn for August 23rd through July 23rd. For July 23rd through August 23rd for Capricorn. Messages for Capricorn. All right. So we're going to take the top of the deck and the bottom. All right, and then we'll confirm real quickly here how Spirit wants me to receive these cards, which ones are reversals, all that good stuff. Okay. Spirits, do you want the Ace of Cups in the reverse position to represent the first tarot card for this Capricorn reading? Okay. And Spirits, do you want the Four of Wands in the reverse position to represent the fourth tarot card for this Capricorn reading? Okay, they said no. Spirits, do you want the Princess of Cups in the right side of position to represent the third tarot card for this Capricorn reading? Okay. Spirit, you want the Princess of Pentacles in the right side of position to represent the second tarot card for this Capricorn reading? Okay. Spirits, thank you in advance for your advice, wisdom, guidance, and all that good stuff given. Spirits, thank you. Do you want the Nine of Wands in the reverse position here to represent what's on top of this Celtic Druid tarot deck for this Sagittarius, for this Capricorn reading? Oh, let me say it again because I messed it up. Spirits, do you want the Nine of Wands in the reverse position here to represent what's on top of this Celtic Druid deck for this Capricorn reading? No, they said no twice. Okay, so Spirits, you want the Nine of Wands in the right side up position to represent what's on top of this Celtic Druid deck for this Capricorn reading? Yes. Okay. Spirits, do you want the Six of Pentacles in the reverse position to represent what's on the bottom of this Celtic Druid tarot deck for this Capricorn reading? Okay, they said yes. So now we need to figure out where they want it. Seeing as though there's only one kind of energetic blockage, I'm going to assume that they want it here with this one. But let me just confirm real quickly. Spirits, do you want me to talk about the Nine of Wands in the right side up position and the Six of Pentacles in the reverse position when I talk about the Ace of Cups in the reverse position? They said no. Hold on. Spirits, do you want me to talk about the Nine of Wands in the right side up position and the Six of Pentacles in the reverse position when I talk about the Ace of Cups in the reverse position? No. Okay. So they don't want it there. Let's put it aside for a second because we still need to draw from our second tarot deck. So maybe they want it with that one. Maybe they want it with one of these. I'm not sure, but we will. I always take what they say in account. So anyway, let's go ahead and shuffle these cards. Messages for Earth sign Capricorn for July 23rd to August 23rd, Capricorn. Yeah. Messages, Spirit's guide my hands. Messages for Earth sign Capricorn. What do they need to see? What do they need to know? July 23rd to August 23rd, Capricorn. Spirits, only one card, please. Spirits, only one card. Messages for Earth sign Capricorn, the goat. For July 23rd through August 23rd. What do they need to see? What do they need to know? Messages for Capricorn. Okay. Spirits, do you want the Nine of Sacred Circles in the reverse position here for the one and only tarot confirmation card for this Capricorn reading? Do you want the Nine of Sacred Circles in the reverse position to represent the one and only tarot confirmation card for this Capricorn reading? Okay, they want it like that. They said it twice. So then we do the same thing. We take the top, what's on the deck, and the bottom. And then we'll confirm with them. Okay, Spirits, do you want the Five of Sacred Circles in the reverse position to represent what's on top of this Ancestral Path tarot deck for this Capricorn reading? No? Okay. Spirits, do you want the Five of Sacred Circles in the right side up position to represent what's on top of this Ancestral Path tarot deck for this Capricorn reading? Yes. Okay. Spirits, do you want the Fool card in the reverse position to represent what's on the bottom of this Ancestral Path tarot deck for this Capricorn reading? Okay, so they want it like that. So let's see if these go with that card, and then we'll figure out where those ones go to. And then we'll get started. Sorry, I have like a dog hair or something. I think it's gone, hopefully. Okay. Coffee is good. All right. Spirits, you want me to talk about the Five of Sacred Circles in the right side up position and the Fool in the reverse position when I talk about the Ace of Cups in the reverse position. No. Okay. Damn, they don't want nothing to be over there. That's interesting. All right, let's see. Spirits, do you want me to talk about the 5 of Sacred Circles in the right side up position and the Fool card in the reverse position when I talk about the 9 of Sacred Circles in the reverse position? Oh, okay. So they want that one over there. Okay. Well, let's figure out. God damn it. Sorry, guys. I think I got it. I'm like coffee, drinking dog hair. Okay. Let's figure out where these two need to go and get this reading started. So we'll just go in order. They didn't want it with this one, so we'll go here. Spirits, do you want me to talk about the 9 of Wands in the right side up position and the 6 of Pentacles in the reverse position when I talk about the Princess of Pentacles in the right side up position? Okay. Spirits, do you want me to talk about the 9 of Wands in the right side up position and the 6 of Pentacles in the reverse position when I talk about the Princess of Cups in the right side up position? Spirits, I have a feeling you want everything down here. So let's go ahead and skip that last one and ask you. Spirits, do you want me to talk about the 9 of Wands in the right side up position and the 6 of Pentacles in the reverse position when I talk about the 9 of Sacred Circles in the reverse position? They don't want it there. Okay. This is your last option, Spirit. Okay. Spirits, do you want me to talk about the 9 of Wands in the right side up position and the 6 of Pentacles in the reverse position when I talk about the 4 of Wands in the right side up position? That's so weird. We asked for every single card. Interesting, Capricorn. When this happens, which is very rare, but when I pick up something while I'm shuffling or confirming the cards, it can cross over into your reading because it is your reading, right? So there could be this energy of something not fitting or someone or some energy straight up denying something that's supposed to go with them or supposed to go with it. So I'll ask again real quickly. Spirits, do you want me to talk about the 9 of Wands in the right side up position and the 6 of Pentacles in the reverse position when I talk about the Ace of Cups in the reverse position? It's like no, yeah. A no, yeah. A no, and a yeah. Spirits, please give me a clear and definitive yes or no answer for the greater good of all who may interact with this reading in any way. Spirits, do you want me to talk about the 9 of Wands in the right side up position and the 6 of Pentacles in the reverse position when I talk about the Ace of Cups in the reverse position? They finally said yes. Okay. I mean, yeah, that's where I originally thought it was going to go, but they wanted us to trick us, or they wanted to deny it first. I'm not sure. So anyway, that took forever. Let's get into reading. It's all part of it, right? And then we'll take your picture here. We'll grab your rune stone first too, and then we'll finally get started here, Capricorn. All right. Spirits, guide my hands, messages for Capricorn goat. Sign Capricorn goat. What do we need to see? What do we need to know? For July 23rd to August 23rd. All right. That was quick. Interesting. Remember seeing that one, but I don't remember what the meaning is. So I'll just get the page ready for later, and then we'll do it at the very end of the reading. All right. Take out pictures. Yes. Okay. Forgive me, guys. Sorry that took forever. Whether I'm doing it on camera or off camera, and sometimes it's good for people to see like the energies as I'm doing it. Okay, so let me just take a quick picture here for later. Of course, it's not in focus. Hold on. Let's see. Try again. like these cards are so glare, like the glare angle. Okay, close enough. I'm not gonna be taking pictures all day with the cell phone like that. Okay. Capricorn, thank you for your patience. Okay, guys. Okay, so if you've been here before, you probably already know, but we have to always say, right, in case people are tuning in later after the live, what the placements of the cards mean, and all that good stuff. And of course, it's a general reading for everybody. Everybody's welcome. We can cover all the different topics that we already mentioned earlier. But it is also a timeless reading. So that means for some that it can resonate on the exact time frame. It can resonate on the exact time frame of the original reading. So it could resonate, let's say, from July 23rd to August 23rd exactly, or it could be more in the past, or it could be more in the future, right? It would be different for everyone. But all readings are timeless, and hopefully there is still a message for you here. This reading, whenever you come to it, hopefully you find something from it. And if you don't, never force it. Always check out your sun, moon, rising sign. I always tell people if they don't already have a copy of their birth chart, right, that you can get one free online, even if you don't have your exact birth time, as long as you know your birthday and where you were born, then you're good to go. So Astrology Cafe is one of the free ones I like to use. All right, anyway, let's go ahead, get into it. So the first card could be from around July 23rd through July 31st, the end of July. The second card could be from around August 1st through August 9th. The third card could be mid-August, from August 10th through August 17th. And the fourth card could be from around August 18th through August 23rd, 24th, around there, okay? And then, of course, we're using two different decks, right? We'll talk about what's on the top and the bottom of each one. And then at the very end, we'll talk about your little rune stone here. Okay, so Capricorn, let's see what we have for you. Well, you have, let's see, you've got 2 pentacles. No, I take that back, 4. Yeah, you've got 4. So that's probably one of your underlying themes, but let's make sure. Then we've got 2 cups, 2 wands. We've got a major arcana, and that's it. Okay, so basically it is the pentacles, right? That's the one with the highest number. So what does that mean? Right, so the pentacles are coins, money, abundance, wealth, right? So there could be something going on here, Capricorn, where we talk about what do we value, what holds value, and how do other people determine their value, someone else's value, what value means to them, okay, in general. So it could be about love, it could be about, your work or your creativity, your hobbies, it could be about health issues, it could be about friends and family, it could be lots of different things. But it's basically like coming up with value. What is being valued, what is not being valued, okay? So that's just kind of like a background theme that could be going on here. Now, as far as the other zodiac energies that we see here, we do have the Fool, so that could be basically, Gemini, Sagittarius, but we'll go with more Gemini energy. And then because you have a lot of pentacles in your reading, right, then that's earth sign energy. So it could be Taurus, could be Capricorn, that's you, and also, why did I just blank out on the other earth sign, Virgo. So Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Okay, so you could be dealing with a Gemini, Sagittarius, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Or if not, that doesn't have to be, you could have a lot of those placements heavily in your own birth chart or the other person, or it could have something to do with the time frame. So last Taurus season of this year, or the one of the last year, or the one of the next Taurus season next year, or the Gemini season, or the Virgo season. It could be lots of different things, okay? Or it doesn't have to resonate at all, but I always like to try to remember to call out the zodiac energies before we start. Okay, so now let's call out your cards here, Capricorn, that you've waited long enough. We have the Ace of Cups in the reverse position as your first card. We have the Princess of Pentacles in the right side up position as your second card. We have the Princess of Cups in the right side up position as your third card. And we have the Four of Wands in the right side up position as your fourth card. And then we'll talk about, again, the top and the bottom in the other deck with the confirmation card more towards the end, okay? So when we talk about this week that you could be in here now, right when I'm filming this, from July 23rd through the end of July, July 31st, we have a little bit of this energetic blockage, okay, or a gentle reminder or a challenge here with the Ace of Cups in the reverse position here for you, Capricorn. So you could be dealing with something that is not emotionally fun. Okay, you could be feeling not particularly abundant at this time as far as your money or your love or lots of different things. Or it could be that the other person feels this way, multiple people, general environment situation. It could also be, when we talk about the Ace of Cups, is you are denying how strong you could be or how strong you already are, or the other person could be denying that of you or you of them, right? But something's kind of going on here when that Ace of Cups is in the reverse position, okay? Because normally when it's right side up, it's like your cup is runneth over, right? Of the emotions, of the positive emotions. So what makes me emotion fulfilled, happy, all these things, right? And you usually see, not in this deck, but sometimes you'll see lotus flowers in the bottom of the ocean, or not ocean, sorry, the lake or the river or whatever. And the lotus flower represents resiliency. So when it's in the reverse position here, the meaning still applies to the card, even though it's drawn differently. So somebody, again, doesn't think they are as strong as they are, or they could be, or they're feeling also, when we talk about the lotus flower, because a lot of different spiritual traditions talk about it, right? It's a plant that grows in not the earth or the soil, but in the water. So it's an evolution. And the plant has decided to bloom even in difficult surroundings or situations. So somebody could hear, Capricorn, either you yourself, someone else, or the general environment, also maybe thinks that they can't create something beautiful in a difficult situation or surrounding, okay? It could be lots of different things for different people, but that's generally kind of the energy that we're picking up here. So let's go even deeper. Now that we know Spirit finally wants these cards. And again, if you've watched some of the other readings for this series, this Six of Pentacles has shown up again in the same position, okay? It's either always in with the first card, and it's either up or down. And when this happens, it can be talking about something with the astrology. We also had this card in this position in the beginning of some of the readings for other the signs, zodiac signs. So again, it could be something going on with the astrology, with the collective unconscious or the collective conscious, or just the world in general, right? When we keep seeing kind of the same card come up with the same vibrational energy. So anyway, let's talk about what this means, right? So these two are past energies in some way. This is future, current, present energies. So with the Nine of Wands in the right side up position on the top of the deck and the Six of Pentacles in reverse on the bottom of the deck, this means that in the past, in some way here, Capricorn, somebody was still operating from a place of being really defensive, right? We see this guy, his arm is in the sling, and he's hurt, and he's always ready for battle, but he's blocking his abundance. He's blocking friends. He's blocking good health. He's blocking lots of things because he's being overly defensive when he doesn't necessarily have to be. He's also shown as being vulnerable, and other people might see him as a victim, even though maybe he's not, right? But I would say that perhaps this Nine of Wands card in the past was a catalyst to then kind of get over here. You would think it would be a catalyst, but except the Six of Pentacles in reverse is also kind of like a little bit of an energetic blockage or gentle reminder, right? Because it's an energy of somebody, or if it's not a person or a place or a thing, right, where they're not being grateful for what they have. They're not paying it forward to anyone else. Just to show you the card right side up, in case you're not familiar with it, right? It would be this old man giving back some money to some poor people. He doesn't have lots of money. He's not 10 of Pentacles. He's 6 of Pentacles, but he's still giving back his time, his energy, his company, right? His knowledge in some way, if it's not necessarily money. But when it's in the reverse position, it can be that somebody is not paying it forward. They're not sharing with others or helping out with others. And this could also be because they're feeling really defensive and hurt and let down. So how do they share and give with others? That, of course, totally makes sense. And that could be why they're not realizing that they are very strong, and they can be very resilient, and they can still produce something that is really beautiful and inspiring in a difficult situation or environment. But because they're still needing to get that enlightenment or get that download, they're still kind of there, okay? Whether this is you, Capricorn, yourself, or someone around your general environment situation. But whatever it is, it doesn't last long because you still have some really great, amazing, more easy-flowing, positive energy cards here. So we go from the Ace of Cups in reverse to now the Princess of Pentacles in the right side up position as your second card here. And this could be like that first week and a half of August, right? So we said from August 1st through August 9th, perhaps. And here we see this young girl who's looking at her pentacle, right? And she's thinking to herself, what am I going to use this for? What am I going to use this money for? What am I going to use this wealth for, right? What am I going to use this abundance for? Because pentacles aren't just about money. It's whatever that person wants to manifest. But because she's a princess, okay, she's open to learning new things. She isn't set in her ways, right? And when we talk about earth sign energy, since you are Capricorn, one of those earth signs, we said also Taurus and Virgo, right? I keep forgetting Virgo for some reason. But it's interesting because it's like now this person or this place, environment is feeling more abundant. Now this person is wanting to learn new things. They're wanting to plan for the future. Now they're possibly also wanting to level up in some way, okay? Whether it's in a relationship, whether it's in your health, in your wealth, or all those things. I say that too here, Capricorn, because your third card is also a right side up princess card, okay? Look at this. You got the Princess of Pentacles and the Princess of Cups right next to each other, okay? So this is, again, having this beautiful energy of wanting to learn new things, not being set in your ways, wanting to level up in one area or multiple areas of your life, especially when there's two like this, okay? So not only does you here, Capricorn, or the other person, multiple people, right, want to, ascend to the next logical level in those areas or multiple areas. They want something more emotionally satisfying. With the Princess of Cups, the water, right, and tarot beans are emotions. And this could be from around, what did we say, the middle of August, so August 10th through August 17th here, Capricorn, where there could be something more emotionally satisfying, fulfilling, or you are redefining what those emotions are for yourself and expressing it to other people or vice versa, right? But there's lots of for momentum and progress in these cards and positive energy, all that, okay? So this is really nice to see, especially following your first card, right? So Ace of Cups in reverse, Princess of Pentacles right side up, Princess of Cups right side up. That leads us to, what is that? What is that, Capricorn? The Four of Wands in the right side up position, okay? Energy of two people, two parties, what have you, feeling really comfortable with each other, okay? I guess the internet went out for a second, but hopefully it's back. So I'll say it again. So Capricorn, I was asking, what card is this? It's the Four of Wands in the right side up position. And this is your fourth card, right? So this is really beautiful energy of celebrations, of sacred unions, okay? Of a vulnerability of two parties, two people, what have you, feeling really comfortable with each other. Okay, two groups of people, whatever it is. So the Four of Wands is about that vulnerability, that celebratory energy of parties, and maybe when you talk about relationships, it can be right. There's many different kinds of love and relationships, but if we're talking about romantic relationships, the Four of Wands could even be, when we say celebrations and parties, it could be a marriage or a commitment or a different level of marriage or commitment for some, right? So that's really beautiful wherever you find that, because it could be a different level of a friendship, getting deeper, closer to a friend, or to a family member, or it could be about self love, right? It could be lots of different types of love. But whatever this is, it is really positive, right? It's for momentum, it's progress, it's celebrations and vulnerability, and really nice energy. And when we talk about the wands, it could be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and I think, did we say? Oh, we did say we saw a little bit of Sagittarius in one of the other cards. So maybe it's about a Sagittarius or something related to Sagittarius, but it doesn't necessarily have to be, okay? So this energy we are finding could be from around, what did I say, August 18th through August 24th or so, 23rd, 24th. It'll be different for everybody, right? But it's so beautiful, right? So we had a little bit of that rocky start here, Capricorn, but then it was like bam, 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 like three cards really positive and good. Keep hitting the table, sorry. All right, so with that being said, let's talk about your tarot confirmation card here too. So your tarot confirmation card is the Nine of Sacred Circles, also known as Nine of Pentacles in the reverse position. But yeah, it came out reverse. So when that happens and it's in the more future, present, current energies, it's confirming this one tarot card is confirming all four of these cards. It's kind of like a reminder here, okay? So when the Nine of Sacred Circles or Nine of Pentacles is in reverse, it could be somebody needs to remember that they do have a lot of support around them, that they can regain or sharpen their skill, determination, and focus, what the Falcon represents. Okay, they can welcome endings and new beginnings. At the nine in tarot, it goes to 10 being the highest, so 9 being close to an ending and a new beginning. Okay, so it's almost like this gentle reminder. The confirmation card is like, don't be scared, right? Because remember, you have two princesses in the right side up position. So once you get these leveling ups in different areas of your life here, Capricorn, don't then go backwards later and be like, oh, wait, I'm not ready for it. Because you are, right? You do have a lot of support around you. This Native American woman, this older grandmother kind of figure here, she has, of course, gotten to her position because she's put in a lot of work and effort in years, but also because she has a lot of people support her, much like a king or a queen, okay? So just remember that you do have support around you here, Capricorn, and you can regain your skill, your determination, and your focus. So don't second guess these leveling ups that want to happen in your life, or in the life of the person you're dealing with, or multiple people you're dealing with, general environment situation. So let's kind of find out real quickly here, excuse me, perhaps why this, another reason why this Nine of Sacred Circles or Nine of Pentacles showed up reverse. So this is where Spirit wanted us to talk about it. So this is the top and the bottom of this deck, okay? And this is, again, past energy. So we have the Five of Sacred Circles on the right side up position, also known as Nine of Pentacles right side up, and the Fool card in the reverse position. And we're talking about it with that Nine of Sacred Circles in reverse, okay? So in the past, in some way here, Capricorn, somebody perhaps was needing to get a retreat. They were needing to go to the shaman, the medicine man, the medicine woman, right? They're needing to leave the village behind for a little bit and take some type of retreat, because maybe they've been working really hard, right? Maybe, right, when we talked about this Native American older woman, Nine of Sacred Circles, Nine of Pentacles, she worked really hard to get there and many years put in. So maybe she needed a break, right? The Five of Sacred Circles, Five of Pentacles is also like, a energy of stacking abundance, stacking wealth, whatever it is you want in your life. But also, in order to get that, in order for this energy to advance from a 5 to a 6 of sacred circles or pentacles, um, there needs to be some type of break where you get off the treadmill, or you stop the runner chaser dynamic, or you just simply get the rest that you need, your spiritual, mental and physical rest that you need. Okay. So now when we talk about what's on over here too with the Fool in reverse, it's like if you don't get that rest that you need, or the other person does, or multiple people, general environment situation, then you can't have the full energy, which is fresh starts, new beginnings, having a leap of faith in something that you can't see, tackling issues of ego and identity with the mirror behind her. You can't do that unless you take that rest. Okay. And so that's why the 9 of sacred circles is in reverse here, because this energy is from the past, and these cards are sponsored cards. That's what I started saying earlier, right? These cards, this energy made this possible. Okay. So Cleo, sit down. Sorry. So when this happens, right, it's like, okay, so basically, yeah, take the rest that you need, Capricorn, or the other person, so you can tackle those issues, so you can reverse this 9 of sacred circles right side up, and be ready for the leveling up and the new beginnings in multiple areas of your life. Like I said before, don't second guess it after it's maybe already starting to happen or start to happen, right? Keep your focus with the Falcon. Rely on your support system, friends, family, romantic, mental health care worker, etc. Okay, so you can keep moving forward. Don't second guess it. Okay, that's what I say. And also, if you're going to have a celebration, you're going to have a sacred union with multiple relationships, right? Different kinds of relationships, romantic, platonic, self-love, etc. Enjoy that, right? So it's not just about don't second guess it, but also enjoy it. Enjoy the wins when you have them, okay? All right, Capricorn, with that being said, let's do your little rune stone here real quickly, and I'll let you go on your way. So this one is cool, right? We were just talking about relationships, different kinds of relationships. So this one to me, and hopefully I'm looking at it the right way, but it looks like 2 people reaching out to each other and like holding hands or something, okay? So let's go ahead and real quickly read what this little book has to say about it, since I haven't memorized these. I haven't seen them in a long time. Okay, but this is The Chrome Stones by Carol Lee Campbell. Okay, so let's see what it says here. I thought I had the right page, but oh yes, I do. Okay. Almost. Okay. So this is additional message for you at this time, Capricorn, or even beyond. All right. So this rune stone is called empathy. Okay. So it says empathy represents the next step after love. Empathy is how an individual connects emotionally, and some would argue even spiritually, to another. It is feeling the same feeling as another on a very core, very personal level. Usually, empathy is established by 2 people who experience or have experienced the same. Empathy personified is Kuan Yin, the Asian goddess of mercy and understanding. Able to feel down to her bones the sentiments of others, she responds by sharing her own spirit. Okay. Notice how the faces are left blank. It depicts a non-presence of ego. Oh, okay. To empathize with someone, you must forego this egocentric. I'm sorry. To empathize with someone, you must forego his egocentricities as well as your own to reach the core of the 2 selves. If you turn this stone, perhaps you are embarking on a new level of connecting with someone. You cannot think of how this may be, then you must face new ways to connect by using your tools of understanding. Clearly, the best way to understand someone is to share in their experiences or have similar stories to tell. This includes stories of pain as well as joy. All right, so that's really beautiful, and it kind of confirms what I was saying before about the Four of Wands, right? So a deeper level of some type of relationship and vulnerability and sharing stories, sharing love, okay? Also with the Princess of Cups and the Princess of Pentacles. But that's really beautiful, right? So that is your reading, dear Capricorn, and hopefully you got something from it. Always feel free to let me know in the comments down below. But yeah, that is your reading. So I'm going to post the picture of all these cards in the runestone a little bit after this. So if you want to check that out, all you have to do is click in the description box below and follow the instructions there on how to see it on my Facebook page. It's pretty simple. But yeah, other than that, thank you guys so much for your views, for your shares, for your subscriptions. They're all really great free ways to support my channel here. So I really appreciate it. So, and I appreciate your patience too when I'm taking longer to receive the correct messages. So, yeah, what else? Yeah, if you haven't subscribed yet and you want to, all you have to do is click on the bell icon in the bottom right. And as long as you have your free YouTube account, then you can subscribe. So anyway, I think that's it for today, guys. But I will be back probably not tomorrow, but on Tuesday with the rest of the signs. We're going from Leo, forward. Okay, that's how I've been doing it. So you guys take care, and you're always welcome to join me later there too. All right, see you guys later. Bye.